This is a chat between Rollo Tomassi and Pat Campbell. What happened is that Pat Campbell's daughter got pregnant and she told her mother, but before telling her mother, told her, please don't tell my dad, promise you will not tell my dad. And then she told her. So the mother didn't tell to his husband for around 2 weeks. 2 weeks later, they finally tell Pat. This is his reaction.
Women's brains are hardwired. They intuitively, instinctually go with the kid. The loyalty's with the kid. But here's the bottom line. I was here before the kid. Your loyalty should be with me, right? Because without me, none of this happens. The family isn't here. The kids aren't here. Right. It's almost like a chain of command.
The chain of command. That already tells you a lot about the attitude of this guy towards his family. It's another big red flag for me, but let's skip it for now. Pat expected his wife to betray her word with the daughter and immediately let him know. To me, that's already a very poor mindset. If somebody came to me and said, I promise not to say this to you, but I'm going to tell you anyway, I would immediately think less of them, and then I would immediately stop them. Whoa, 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 I would say, don't put me in between these games. If you promised, please keep your word. And if I need to know, go back to the person and tell them that I need to know, so they need to tell me. Don't put me in the middle of these games. I promise not to tell you, but I'm telling you anyway, but let's pretend I didn't tell you. No, 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 no. Speak up, speak fairly, and speak straight. But look what Rollo Tomassi replies.
I think, and beta men, beta blue pill men, blue pill guys, blue pill condition guys, will think of this all the time. They will think that, yeah, of course she should. Of course she should put the kid first. Of course that should be their priority. But what they don't realize is exactly what you just said, which is I'm the one that makes all this happen. I'm the linchpin in this family, because without me, these things don't happen, or they don't happen as easy.
And notice the aggressive and puerile frame. If you don't think like this, then you're a blue pill, then you're a beta male. So infantile, man. What's truly blue pill is this fantasy of being the top priority no matter what. I have a very good friend, a great guy, but he's got this blue pill fantasy of being put first no matter what. The dream girlfriend of this friend of mine is the girl that if he goes to prison, she will hustle to raise the bail money for him. Now I get the fantasy, and in a way it's beautiful. It's a little bit the story of the Joker and Harley Quinn. But it's a fantasy, and it's very much a blue pill fantasy at that. Let's keep going.
But it's my belief that women need to at least learn to sublimate this idea that the kids have to come first, and they have to make their husbands their priority. They need to make his happiness, his decisiveness, they have to find some way to learn. Because
notice the way he talks. They have to make their husbands their priority. They have to find a way. They have to do this. They have to do that. What kind of a mindset is that? Is that a high power attitude, or is that a complainer attitude? But let's get deeper now, and let's get into some good psychology of misogyny. Susan Forward is a therapist who focuses on manipulation, emotional abuse, general abuse, and misogyny. She wrote a great book, which I highly recommend. I highly recommend it for men even more than for women, since she explains how misogyny develops within men, and she provides a few good ideas on how to overcome it, either by yourself or in therapy. But anyway, most misogynists don't want to do therapy, but that's a different topic. Let's go back to how misogyny develops now. What Forward says is that not all misogynists, of course, but some of them have not received enough love from their mothers. So when they grow up fearing abandonment from the second most important female figure in their life, which is their partner. I'm gonna quote Susan Forward now. He didn't just forget those needs. He took them into his adult life, and particularly into his relationships with women. As an adult, he expects women to meet his desperate need to be mothered in a way he never was mothered as a child. And later in the book, which I also thought was a funny quote, she says, "No matter how many children there are, he, the misogynist, gets to be the number one kid." There you have it. Put me first, put me first. Women cannot put their children first. They have to put me first. Exactly like Susan Forward explains. But let's see how Rollo Tomassi thinks women should be taught to put grown-up men before the children.
Yeah. It's again, that's that, and like, here's the thing: is you can't come out against that. You can't come out against that and say, well, put me first, right? I think one of the reasons why we have to have like our religious, our pastors, our religious leaders explain this from the pulpit is because if a man, that's why I said your listeners will get really mad at me for suggesting this, but for a man to come out and say, you need to put me first because I'm going to make a better decision that way. If you are the one that, we're going to have a better outcome if you sublimate your interests in children and prioritize me above those children. To say something like that in a feminine primary social order would people would run you up the flagpole.
No, dude, it's not about feminine primary social order. It's about being mature, grown-up folks. But look, for a second, let's move away from the pathology and let's look at this more realistically as well. It's totally understandable that one wants to be put first. I want to be put first. You want to be put first. The next guy wants to be put first. It's normal. Some of the women that I have the fondest memory of were women who put me on a pedestal, who idealized me, who thought there was some God walking on earth. God, they were wrong, but that's a different topic. The women that I remember the best are the women who put me first. But the fact that it's normal that one wants to be put first is very different from expecting it and from pretending it. Wanting it and earning it versus expecting it no matter what. Big difference. Demanding something without focusing on what you give back is entitlement mentality at its worst. I have no respect whatsoever for this attitude. It's the weakest, most pathetic, and most bound to fail form of entitlement mentality. You want to be put first? Then fucking earn it. Don't demand it, don't expect it, don't ask the priest to do your dirty job, but fucking earn it.